If Arsenal finish the season trophyless and Man United win the FA Cup, United will have a better season.
True or false? Mikel Arteta is a better manager than Ten Hag.
Whoever wins the Premier League definitely deserves Manager of the Year.
Mikel Arteta deserves to be sacked if he doesn't win the league title this season. I guess I'll already win even before we start, but
let's see.
True or false? Pep Guardiola will be the greatest manager in Premier League history if he wins a fourth consecutive title. Personally, for me, I don't think he will, because Sir Alex Ferguson won 13 league titles. I mean, 13 league titles, as much as I hate to say it, is the same as Arsenal have in the entire history. So the fact that I understand that Pep has created a dynasty that's where he's made City the dominant team. The league has become like a farmers' league, in my opinion, given they've won 5 out of 6 titles. They could win 6 out of 7 titles this year. I pray that doesn't happen. But I feel like he still has a way to go before he gets to upstage what Ferguson did at the end of the day. Because winning 13 league titles, and in between those 13 league titles in the 25 seasons that he managed Man United, I think he won the three-peat twice, if I'm not wrong. Once in the mid 1990s and again in the late 2000s. So even by winning the fourth consecutive league title, I don't think will be enough to outclass what Ferguson did. So he still has some way to go.
I think we should give you a Man United jersey immediately. But yeah, I think it's false. I don't think Pep Guardiola will be the greatest manager in Premier League history, based on the fact that he's done it with the best players. He's done it with a huge budget. Whereas if you look at Ferguson, he did it with a modest budget. I know people are always going to say, oh, he broke records now and then in the transfer window. But for me, I think that Fergie, for you to be competitive for that long is very hard. Pep tried it at Barcelona. He left. He's at City. He's probably going to last 2 years at City. So for him to keep Man United consecutive for that long, I think there's even a course in Harvard where they study him as a leader, how he kept Man United successful for 26 years. He won very many major trophies. But yeah, the question is narrowed down to Premier League. I think you've rightly said 13 Premier Leagues, and Pep is 7 or 6.
Pep is at the moment he's on 5 in 6. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so that still doesn't make him the greatest. So for me, Fergie is the greatest that will ever be.
Yeah, I think it's your turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
True or false? If Arsenal finish the season trophyless and Man United win the FA Cup, United will have a better season. I mean, who even comes up with these questions? This is true. Arsenal are used to being trophyless.
Deluded.
When was the last time you guys won a trophy?
Okay.
2021, or was it?
Yeah, we last won a trophy in 2020. But will you say when we won our FA Cup in 2020 and finished 8th, we had a better season than Man United, who finished the season trophyless but finished in Champions League places? Will you really say that, really?
Yeah,
I feel like, yes, false for me.
Yeah, okay, I understand why you're saying false, because Arsenal is used to finishing trophyless. So, and plus, arguing with an Arsenal fan, they're always going to talk about Champions League.
No, we have
2004. Even when the question is about better season in 2023, 2024. I mean, FA Cup.
I mean, come on, trophy. But for a club like Man United to be content with 6th and an FA Cup, better than Arsenal, who next year will be in the Champions League, I don't think so.
Any day, any time.
But it qualifies you for the Champions League next season. So
agree to disagree. Next.
Anyway. True or false? Mikel Arteta deserves to be sacked if he doesn't win the league title this season. I have to say true. And that's because, I mean, I know he's done well since he came to Arsenal. And I know I'll get a lot of stick from fellow Arsenal fans for saying this. But you've been at the club since 2019. You've been given the money, you've been given time to overhaul the squad and reassemble the squad in your identity. And the players have gotten to play how you want them to play. And last year, the team got to challenge for the title, and this year they are challenging for the title again. I don't think it can get to 5 years and you're still saying that the process needs to be trusted, because once you get into a position where you are challenging the best of the best for the title, then the process is over. At that point, we should be expecting results. And you can't also say that you have a squad that is depleted, yet you've had 4 or 5 years with these players that you gave new contracts to the likes of Rhys Nelson, the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe, and you're not playing them. And yet you're saying that we still need time to deliver a title. Whereas, if you look at his counterparts, the likes of Xavi, went to Barcelona when they were 9th, and already he's won a league title over there. And Xabi Alonso, who joined Bayer Leverkusen when they were 17th in 2022 before the World Cup, and already he's delivered a title. While Arteta is saying that we still have to trust the process. No team has challenged Man City twice in a row. I think this is the time now he has to deliver silverware, because you can't go 17 competitions since you won your last FA Cup without winning anything.
Well, that's baffling, considering you guys gave Wenger a lot of time. I think it was from 2004 till
but you see,
2016 or something.
Wenger had won a league title within his first 18 months at the club, using the players he inherited, most at least.
When Wenger joined the Premier League was different from now. Now we have world-class managers, Klopp, Pep, Ten Hag maybe. So yeah, it's a bit different. I'll answer the question this way. As a Man United fan, I would say true, he should be sacked, because I see what he's building at Arsenal. I don't want to be challenging Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, because they're a good side. You've seen them grow from strength to strength since he joined. They've been challenging. At least they go to Europe after probably a decade. The last time I think you guys played in the Champions League, he played for Arsenal as a player. So yeah, he's building something special. And with Klopp leaving this season, Pep also his strength at City, his grip at City looks to be weakening. So I think in the next 3 years, if Arsenal back Mikel Arteta, give him his signings, and give him the right environment, I think they're going to win something.
Does Arteta have proven credentials as a winner, not as a talented coach, which he is, but as a winner? Has he proven he has what it takes to get Arsenal to the last line? Because sometimes it
Arsenal
takes
is much more improved than last season.
Yeah, it is. So, but at the end of the day, that doesn't mean, you said it in our previous question that if Man United win the league, win a trophy and we don't, Man United will have had a better season. Where are the trophies to show for it at the end of the day? Because sometimes even at a club, you can be a near man, but never the man who will deliver the title.
That means you agree with
Case in point, Brendan Rodgers, to some extent. Case in point, Brendan Rodgers, who couldn't win anything with Liverpool, showed that he could get them to nearly win the title, didn't, and they had to bring a proven winner in Klopp, who got them over the line. So what's the harm in Arsenal fans asking for? Yes, you've taken us from a bad situation to where we are.
So who will take you over the line?
In my opinion, I think I'd take someone who plays a similar brand of football to Arteta and won't have to make changes, but is a proven winner.
The question is who?
I'd go balls deep for Luis Enrique at PSG. Because at PSG, I don't think he's going to stay there much longer. PSG is always a club that is looking to win the Champions League on the time they don't win it, and I don't think he has a long-term contract. So if he got the chance to come to the Premier League, I'd take him. But Arteta has to win a trophy this season for me to say that he can be a person to get us over the line, and I'll give him more time. But
do me a favor as a United fan to sack him. True or false? Emery deserves to win the Manager of the Year if he gets Villa into the top 4. False. False. Good evening. Not a contender in my book. I would say whoever wins the Premier League definitely deserves manager of the year, based on the fact that this is the first time in a long time that we're seeing 3 teams have a real challenge to the title, go all the way to the wire. So I think whoever wins it, be it Arteta, be it Klopp, be it Pep, deserves manager. I mean, even for me, I feel like there are far much better managers of the year other than those 3.
Yeah.
If you don't consider the top 3, someone like if Vincent Company keeps Burnley in the league, I would give him a shout. There is also I'm forgetting, but Gary O'Neill also has done something magnificent with Wolves to keep them in the league with a minimal budget, with an injury-ravaged squad. So I think he also deserves a shout, apart from the top clubs. Yeah, I think those are my picks. Other than Emery.
Personally, I will consider giving him. I'd say true in my opinion, because Aston Villa are not a team that were expected to even be in such a position at this stage of the year. They were expected possibly at best to finish in the Europa League places. But look at what he's done. Look at how he's improved players like Watkins, who I didn't think will get to the level he's gotten to, where he's being considered a genuine backup for Harry Kane, maybe even displace him at some point.
So would you say Andoni Iraola should also be
the
given
fact
a
that
shout?
I know it's not. No,
he
I'm
needs
saying,
Solanke. He
I'm
improved
saying, I'm
Solanke.
saying, not just in terms of I've said Watkins is an example of a player who has improved, and so have many players within the squad who have improved, and as a result of improving in themselves, they've helped the team get to a position where they could get Champions League places. And even against Arsenal, when they beat them recently, because I watched them, they won on merit because they did their homework right, went to a team that was on form, that had won 10 out of the 11 league games, and then managed to beat them at their own turf to put themselves in a strong position to finish in the top 4 places at the expense of the likes of Tottenham Hotspur, at the expense of the likes of even Man United in itself.
Okay,
so
for beating
he's
Arsenal,
he's someone I'd really consider giving the manager of the season if they get top 4.
For beating Arsenal, he deserves manager of the year. But overall, nah.
A biased Man United fan.
Nah.
Yeah, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
I thought I read
Oh
that.
yeah, it's my turn. Yeah. Sorry. Now, true or false? Mikel Arteta is a better manager than Eric Ten Hag.
Drum rolls. Let me rub my hands.
I'm gonna say true. And the reason as to why I'll say that is because, first of all, Mikel Arteta, even he's proven this is his first managerial job, remember, and it's not your ordinary where you start small and go up. He went to Manchester City, learned from the best. We consider Pep Guardiola the best, and then came straight to Arsenal, a team with a demanding fan base, a team that should be expected to be in the upper echelons in the Champions League, challenging for the title. And somehow he's managed to withstand all that pressure. I know he's had some sticky spells within, but at the end of the storm, he's managed to get Arsenal to this position where maybe they should be expected to win the title. Whereas compared with Eric Ten Hag, who, yes, I understand that he won the Carabao Cup in his first season. Yes,
We're in the final of the FA.
Yeah, exactly. You're in the final of the FA. But how did you get to the final? Was it convincingly? I think my problem with Ten Hag is, yes, I understand he has a philosophy, he has a very clear way of playing, but I feel like he's too rigid, in the sense that if some of his best players are not available, and Man United, you've been ravaged by injury throughout the season, to the likes of the Butcher, the likes of Rafael Varane, who's been in and out of the team due to injury, he doesn't adapt to what he has. And I feel it's been to the detriment of the results that you're getting. And that's why you find out that the likes of Coventry can come back from 3 goals down and get to 3-3. And going from that place to 6th place, I think, is a drop, in my opinion. So I don't think Ten Hag, as a manager, you should be seeking to improve, but he's deteriorated in his 2nd season at the club. So I don't see how he's a better manager than Arteta, in my opinion.
Yeah, for the first time at least, I agree with you. I'll cut you all the explanation. For me, I think if this is Ten Hag, should be tossed away, man. Ten Hag out. We want a new manager, man. I'm pretty sure all the Man United fans watching this support me. Next.
The last one.
Ooh. Last. True or false? Only Pep and Klopp are better managers than Arteta in the Premier League.
Go first.
I have to read this question. Only Pep and Klopp are better managers than Arteta in the Premier League. I mean, it depends on the parameters you want to put on managers. But I think, yeah, it's true. Because for Arteta, he's challenged, I think, 2 seasons in a row now. He's taken Arsenal back to the Champions League. He's won the FA, I think, in his second season. In his first full season, actually.
First half season, actually.
Yeah, at Arsenal. So, yeah, it's only... I think, actually, I would say this without any shadow of doubt. If Pep and Klopp were not in the Premier League, Arteta would be a Premier League winner as a manager.
I think, like you said, it also depends on the way you put it, because if you want to put it from the point of view of longevity and the titles they've won, I think someone like Unai Emery is a better manager than Arteta, if you want to put it from that perspective, because he's won 4 European titles. He's gotten Aston Villa, who were in relegation places when he took over, to the brink of getting Champions League football at the end of the day. You can also look at the likes of Eddie Howe, who even with Newcastle ravaged by injury, he still managed to keep them in the top 7 places. Last year, he got them Champions League football after a long time out, remember, in his first full season. To some extent, I'll say it's true that Arteta is the only manager who's managed to compete with Klopp and Pep when it's impossible. But then again, was he able to do that when he didn't have the players he wanted to do that? Because at the end of the day, you can say someone like Emery, even though we sacked him, has turned water into wine with Aston Villa, who some of those players weren't expected to do as well as they are. So to cut the long story short, I'll say it's true. Yes, it's true. He could be a better manager than he could be the best manager, the best of the rest given the circumstances. But at the same time, some of these managers like Emery have proven they can win things, although they've had longer careers to some extent. So yeah, let me just say true for that one.
You sound like a Mikel Arteta hater, but as a Man United fan, I would take Arteta at Man United. Sack him.
He's a good coach. He's a good coach, but will he win you trophies? Will he get you over the line?
Yes.
That's my issue. Getting over the line. You know.
I made this bold statement. Man United will win the Premier League before Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that in 3 weeks or something.
There's no... You still have hopes.
Yeah, I still do. I still do. You never know what could happen.
It's the hope that kills, man. It's the hope that kills.
I'll be at Tottenham on loan when they play them next. I shouldn't be saying this, but in the context of the fact that they're supposed to play Tottenham, I'll be on Tottenham at loan. Let them know to win that game.
There you have it, guys. See ya.
Till next time, peace.